Hello and welcome. My name is Warren Davison and I'll be taking you through the PSG Wealth Offshore Fund performance for August 2019. The tone of the month was set on its first day with a tweet from the US President announcing the intention to intensify a 10% tariff on all remaining Chinese imports that were not yet subject to a tariff. The decision took markets by surprise, as China and the US had agreed on a ceasefire in their trade dispute at the G20 meeting in May. The month continued with this back and forth as trade tensions intensified. Safe haven assets were sought after by investors as global bond yields continued to decrease, bringing the total market value of negative yielding bonds in the Bloomberg Barclays Global Aggregate Index to over $6 trillion. Most recent economic data shows that the US economy is not immune to the global trade tensions. The manufacturing part of the economy remains the weak spot, as shown by the drop in the August flash US Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index to 49.9, its lowest reading since September 2009. The drop in consumer confidence has probably been driven to a large extent by the extensive media commentary on the increased risk of a recession following the inversion of the US yield curve. However, domestic demand has so far remained relatively resilient, with retail sales jumping 0.7% in July, showing that so far the strength of the labor market and rising wages continue to outweigh trade and recession concerns. In this context, we continue to believe that the US economy is slowing and not yet stalling. Looking at performance over the month, the PSG Wealth Offshore Fund of Fund range had a tough month in line with global markets, with all funds except the Global Creator underperforming their benchmark. The Global Creator remains a strong performer once again, beating its bench. Over the minimum recommended investment period, all global fund of funds are well ahead of their respective benchmarks. Looking at the Quartile Rankings, August was a tough month as mentioned, with most funds trailing the first quartile ranking. However, longer-term relative rankings remain excellent, with top quartile performance from 5 of our 6 global fund of funds since inception. Highlights for the month. The PSG Wealth Global Creator maintained top performance and outperformed the MSCI World over the last 5 years. Over the last 12 months, the fund of fund is 2.51% ahead of the broad market index. The Global Preserver, Flexible and Creator are ranked in the first quartile over a 5-year holding period. Looking at the underlying managers, 18 out of the 37 of the underlying managers outperformed their peer group over the last month. Moving on to the Quantitative Radar. 6 funds have appeared on the Quant Radar this month, with Investec Global Multi-Asset Income, Bailey Gifford Managed, and UBS Growth being new additions. These funds have underperformed their respective benchmark over a 1, 3, 6, and 12-month period and will not receive new flows until their performance improves. There is no funds on the Qualitative Radar. Thank you for attending this performance update. Please take note of the following disclaimer, and should you have any questions, please feel free to contact us.